Our leaders hate us. That's the whole video. It's all the video needs to be. Our leaders hate us. They don't want us to flourish. They don't want us to succeed. Instead, they want to see us groveling at their feet for another food stamp or handout so that they can increase their power. Let's hear what dear Chrystia Freeland said.
Deputy Prime Minister, can the Prime Minister still stay on to lead the Liberal Party into the next election, given that you just lost one of the safest seats in the entire country last night?
Yes, he certainly can.
Can you explain why? Because everybody we're hearing from behind the scenes believes that the result last night means catastrophic losses across the country. If you cannot win in Toronto under Justin Trudeau, why should anybody believe you can win anywhere else under him?
Trudeau's empire is crumbling. Remember, lies will never conquer. It's not as though lies will conquer truth or be victorious over truth. They can't be, precisely because they are lies. And this party is a party of liars and lying. So obviously, it has to crumble and fall eventually. And that's happening now. People see what's going on in the nation. People see what's going on in Canada. They know that Chrystia Freeland, Justin Trudeau, and Stephen Guilbeault are absolute and utter radicals who would rather see every Canadian suffer and starve in their homes, or lack of a home because no one can afford homes, in the name of, I don't know, saving the planet or something ridiculous like that, instead of seeing Canadians flourish and thrive under their leadership and rule. People see that. People understand it now. And so they are turning on this wicked and vile government.
Our government is focused on working hard for Canada and Canadians and on delivering results for Canada and Canadians.
Wrong. Actually, it's focused on delivering results for the WEF and the UN. That's who Chrystia Freeland and her cackle are focused on delivering results for. They want to turn this nation into a super state where there are no borders and there are no laws and there is no righteousness and there is no justice. That is what they're working for. They see the contemptible vision of those huge non-governmental organizations, again, like the UN and like the WEF or WHO, whatever it might be, and they strive their hardest, they work their hardest to see that those goals, as contemptible as they are implemented in Canada. Freeland is literally a board member of those organizations. She's on the board. So, like what? Do we think she'd actually serve Canada? Of course not.
That is what the Prime Minister is focused on. That is what we are all focused on. The Prime Minister is committed to leading us into the next election, and he has our support.
Next question.
Well, he doesn't have the support of Canadians, so he certainly doesn't have the support of Canadians. Like, Chrystia Freeland can say he has the support of our other members in the party. She can say that he has, as politicians, he has our support, but it doesn't matter because Canadians don't support him. So...
Hi, Minister. Barbara with iPolitics. Still about last night's results in Toronto, St. Paul's. Do you think the Liberals need a radical change in strategy and that perhaps a new leader in the party might be a necessary change?
I just answered that question. Let me say the Prime Minister is focused on delivering for Canada and Canadians. Our whole government is focused on delivering for Canada and Canadians. That's what we're going to continue to do. The result.
Oh yeah, they're delivering. They are delivering garbage. That's what they're delivering. That's what this government is delivering. Freeland and Trudeau and the other Liberals are delivering trash. They are delivering suffering. They are delivering poverty. They are delivering despair. They are delivering discouragement and hopelessness. That is the product, or those are the products of the Liberal government. That is what they're delivering, and it's brutal. People are sick and tired of waking up every morning and seeing that they're still unable to get jobs, they're still unable to make a go of it, they're still unable to pay rent, they're still unable to provide for their children. So they want a change in government. Yes, by all means, Chrystia Freeland, keep delivering all of it.
In St. Paul's is certainly disappointing. We knew it was going to be a hard fight. I think it's especially disappointing because so many of us know Leslie. We know how hard she and her team worked. And I do also want to congratulate Don Stewart. He and his team worked hard as well. We know that these are hard times for Canadians. We know that we have to work hard to earn back their trust. And we know that the way to do that is by delivering for them.
Oh, so if you were working so hard to begin with, and if you were doing what was righteous to begin with, why did you lose the trust? Like Freeland here says, we have to work hard to earn back the trust of Canadians. And the question is, why did you lose it in the first place? What did you do that made Canadians lose trust in you? We never had trust in the Liberals, duh. But nevertheless, what made Canadians lose trust in you, dear Freeland? Was it scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal? Was it the embarrassment on the public and international stage? Was it your ridiculous comments about finance? Maybe it was inflation that is still roaring. Maybe it was the increase in taxes. Maybe it's the new capital gains tax. Maybe it's the way you deal or don't deal with criminals. Like, what is it? There are a lot of options to choose from.
By delivering fairness for every generation, by delivering investments in housing and infrastructure, including in rural broadband, the investment we're announcing today, by delivering investments in making life more affordable for Canadians with things like dental care, which is being rolled out this month to kids under 18, by delivering on a national program of early learning and childcare. Already, families in Ontario are saving more than $8,000 per child, but we need to get to $10 a day and be sure there are enough spaces for all the families that want a space. We need to keep on delivering investments in our economy and in economic growth. I was at a car parts plant yesterday, and I could see the brilliant work the people working there are doing, the workers, the innovators. They need our support so that Canada can be on the cutting edge of the 21st century global economy. And we know that we need to deliver all of those investments in a fiscally responsible way so that inflation can continue to stabilize. It's now been within the Bank of Canada's target range for 5 months in a row. That's good news. We have more work to do so that the Bank of Canada can continue its work bringing rates down.
What is she talking about? That was the most ridiculous answer I think I've ever heard, at least economically. What? She's talking about how investment brings down inflation. What is she? What? That doesn't make any sense at all, precisely because inflation simply means an increase in the supply of money. Increase the supply of money and you have inflation. They are the two are the same thing. They're a tautology. So to say we are investing more so that we can bring down inflation is like saying the sky is blue so we can eat pancakes. Huh? There's no correlation there whatsoever. Investing brings down inflation? What, does investing all of a sudden decrease the supply of money in the economy? No, it doesn't do that. So it doesn't decrease inflation. This is typical of the Liberals, right? They just spew these sentences, just vomit these sentences forth and act like because they said it, it's logical. Because they said it, it makes sense. Because they said it, it's truthful, and Canadians should accept it. And it's like if we take even a half second to logically think about what the Liberals are saying, we will see instantly that it is totally and utterly absurd. It makes absolutely no sense at all. At all. Freeland's on the defensive here, and she is getting hammered by the questions.
And why exactly do you think the Liberals are failing to retain voters in ridings like St. Paul's that, the party held for decades? What is going on?
I think I already answered that question, and I'll just say this is a disappointing result. We take it seriously. We know that things are hard for people in Canada, and we know we have to work even harder, delivering for Canadians, winning back the trust of Canadians. That's what we're all committed to do.
Next question.
Bonjour, Madame Freeland. Chrystia Freeland de Radio-Canada.
Yesterday, before the by-election, you said the Conservative choice was cold, cruel, and small. Then Canadians in a riding that has been dominated by your party for years disagreed with you and made that choice. If you don't have your finger on the pulse with voters in Toronto, St. Paul's, which voters do you have an understanding of?
Wow. Like ruthless question and accurate. Freeland called those who, don't vote Liberal, cruel, cold, and small. That's what Freeland thinks of you. That's what she thinks of all Canadians, right? Again, this is the purpose of this video. It's to show that she hates us. She has no interest in serving Canadians so that Canadians flourish. She serves her masters at the WEF and the UN and these big powers where no one knows who exactly is in power, so that their contemptible vision can be thrust upon Canada.